There we go. Hey guys, I wanted to get on here so I can show you our card today. I am not live, and I'm sure I'm in recovery. I probably gave some updates on my my page as to how I'm feeling. So you can go ahead and check that out over there. I just wanted to get on here and do my do a pre-recorded video for you so that you were able to see some new content even though I'm out. Sorry, I need some water. Super thirsty. And so so I decided to put together this great card using the Hello Ladybug stamp set and the Hello Ladybug punch and the dual oval punch. I have fallen in love with this punch. Sometimes I use it with 2 layers and sometimes I'll just use one of the layers. Either way, it's a super versatile punch. It's really great. I really can't get enough of the dual punches. I also love the dual heart punch pack that we have. I've used that quite a bit too. So if you would like to pick this up before it goes, well, this stamp set isn't going to go anywhere. Oh, you know what's leaving is the paper that we're going to be using on this set is going to leave in June 30th. So the stamp set will stay, but the ribbon and the paper. So this paper comes from the Abstract Beauty paper. I had these scraps. I had a bunch of these little 1-inch scraps. I think it's 1 inch. Yeah, I had these, 1-inch scraps. And I wanted to use them up, so I wasn't sure what to do. I had several of them from different cards that I had made. And this paper is to die for. I've used it on several different pod projects as well as having a class. I still have 3 packets for my Abstract Beauty class. I'll put them for sale after my surgery is over. But I love the gold that's in. I don't think people realize that there's so much gold in this paper. And it's a 4x6 pack. So what that means is this is basically a card front. If I trim this off at, 5¼ inches, that's a full card front. It's covering the entire front of a card is what that means. So that's why this paper is super helpful. And then I've also done an entire class called the Abstract Beauty class and maximize this paper where I can do 2 cards out of 1 sheet. So that's huge. And so 2 card fronts out of 1 sheet. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that this paper will go away on June 30th. So I had this scrap, which was from one of my classes, and I wanted to use it up, and I just was trying to figure out what to do, and I still wanted to use the ladybugs, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. Well, I had seen this great technique where you stamp color on color. So this paper and this blue jean ribbon is what are going away. And darn, I had a scrap handy, and I bet you it fell. I had a scrap right handy. It must have fallen in by the wayside. I had a scrap that was just right size, but that's okay. Maybe I used up that scrap, I guess. I think I have a piece of red. That's what I have. Now the red ruffled ribbon is staying in the new catalog, but the blue is not. And so the denim, which I don't know why, I think they should have carried this over, but they're letting it go. So these are not going to be available. Well, these are not going to be available as of June 30th. Well, actually, as things start selling out, that's it. They're not going to buy more denim ribbon. They're not going to buy more paper. Once they start selling out, they start selling out. Because in this day and age right now, the idea of trying to keep the back stock, that's not happening anymore, because I think it's just because of supplies. Stampin' Up! Used to have a thing where they would do a lot of back stock and back ordering, but they aren't doing that because of the supply chain and issues that we've had, whether it's from shipping or whether it's just from having trouble getting different items just to make stuff. So maybe the company that they get this ribbon from is in the United States, but they get all the textile and thread from China or from somewhere, and it just, everything has slowed up. So just letting you know, if you like this denim ribbon, get it now. I'm gonna go grab an extra roll myself because it's, well, one of my favorites. And, oops, it's one of my favorites. And because, oops, I want it a little bit more. I need to put a piece of paper under here. You need a little bit of cushion when you're dealing with the photopolymer. Ooh, that looks gross. Something looks funny on this stamp. Huh. Oh, you know what it is? It's the, I had stored this stamp on top of this stamp and it's left a little bit of an impression. So I'm gonna clean it off, see if that little water will rejuvenate this stamp. It looks a little funny. So anytime you're dealing with a photopolymer stamp, which is what these clear stamps are. Oh yeah, I see. There, it was the, I bet you I hadn't cleaned it off completely. And so it stained this stamp just a little bit, which is okay. I don't care that the stamp is stained. I think just because we had used Night of Navy and, all right. So anytime you're using a large surface area clear stamp like this, you're gonna wanna put a piece of paper underneath, or a pad of paper underneath. And that pad of paper helps cushion as you stamp. So I'm gonna ink up my leaf and then I'm gonna stamp. And this is Granny Apple Green on Granny Apple Green. And I'm gonna press around. I don't wanna rock it or anything. And there we go. Okay, good. The image that I was seeing here is gone. But you see how it looks very smooth, and over here it looks kind of blotted and blotchy. It's because I hadn't pressed it fully down. I also had let it dry a little bit before I stamped it. There's a couple of things that'll affect your smooth stamps when you're doing something like this. And so if I encourage you to work quickly, and I also encourage you, just make sure you have that tool of the pad underneath, or a catalog, or a stack of paper, something to pad this stamp. It just helps make sure that you get a smooth surface. Now I'm on a wood table. The wood table might be enough where I don't need the padding, but it depends on your table. If your table has any give, you'll recognize or see a difference. And all I'm doing, let me scoot this up so you can see, all I'm doing is I'm just pressing it down, and I'm rotating the stamp because I do want it to have a different angle. I don't know if I want to have, yeah, I guess I'll put this, you know, I want it to look somewhat randomized. You know, I don't want it to look a little too contrived, but I also don't want it to look like it's a mess up, you know. Oh, I just got that on my finger. It's such a large stamp, you really can't mess it up. When you're dealing with the smaller stamps, sometimes you can tell that you've changed directions or something, but you can't on this. It's pretty hard. So if you guys want to know how I'm doing with my recovery from my knee surgery, check out my Facebook page, and I'm sure I've made some updates by now. I'm not sure when I'm posting this particular video, but you can check it out, Fabulous Stamper, on Facebook. I'll try to update my blog, but it's kind of hard to do. If I'm recovering, I might be able to. I'm not very good with my blog. I have a tiny blog, but I don't always use it. Okay, so I have this already punched out, this little piece of red. I'm actually going to stamp it again on the back because the dots were a little bit faded because my ink was dying on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp the dots. Like, oh, I just got some black on my hand. I just wanted the dots to be a little darker. And I just inked up this black, so it's super juicy. All right. And so what we're gonna do is we're going to put our paper here on the green, and then I'm going to add some ribbon around. So let me put a little glue on the back here. I normally would try to use this little piece of gold, but the B-sides also of this paper were so good. I loved this simple grid. It's just a simple check grid, you know? I mean, it's not, but the pretty balmy blue color with it, I don't know. There's something about it that I like. So I'm all done with my stamping. Well, almost all done. I did the ladybug and where's my, there it is. Let me grab a ladybug from over here. I already have a ladybug already punched from another, this is another card I did earlier. So if you like the ladybug punch and stamp set, this is the card I did last week. And so you can check that out. So what I want to do is I want to take the denim ribbon and I want to cut a piece that's going to go around the green. And you know, my friend, you know, was having trouble measuring. She was like trying to measure exactly the size of the paper. You know what? I always feel it's good to have a healthy amount of extra so I can tape it down. That's just me. That's just my style. That little quarter, half inch is not going to kill me in the way of my card making. If I were using a ton, maybe, but you know, I'm only using, I guess I cut more like an inch and a quarter extra, but still, I'd rather be able to secure it and hold it down and make sure it's in a good place before I glue it. Then this little piece you'll see is a little bit harder to put down. So I'm gonna put down this little red piece. And this was a piece my friend she had cut it, not realizing how small she had cut it and how she needed it to be a little bit bigger. And it barely works. It wasn't working in her situation because she was having trouble with the paper, and so she had glued the paper down, and so I told her, no worries, I'll use the paper, I'll use that scrap later, because it's still a healthy scrap. You don't want to waste it, but you don't want to be so cautious with your ribbon that you're not really making sure you have enough. Oh good, I didn't mess it up. So let me make sure that's nice and secure. Done. All right, so that's nice and secure. And see, once I add the glue down, that's gonna help too. Also, making sure that you have enough ribbon to go around the outside in a good way. So say this tape does come undone. Guess what? There's so much extra here of the denim that it's not likely gonna slip out or really cause any fuss. Whereas this red is so close to the edge, if the tape doesn't hold and it does come undone, this piece could come off at some point. So just a little tip from your Auntie Jenny. So, all right, so cute. I love how this turned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. Okay. There we go. So I love this green on green. I love how that green against the green cardstock looks. It just has such a great look to it. So see, this was the faded side and here's the fully inked side. It's just so much more dark, so much darker than the other. That was just me. It's probably not that much darker, but in my eyes it is. All right, so we've got my little ladybug. I love this ladybug. So there's a great effect. I think this is probably my favorite of my ladybug cards that I've made so far. I think just because the effect is so good. Oh, let me glue on my inside before I forget. Sometimes I'll make these dark cards and I'll set them aside, go to send them to you guys as your gifts. Because remember, when you comment and share, I'll send you a gift. So this is good, birthday card. Or even just a graduation card. This is a good graduation card, actually. So what I'll do is I'll make these dark navy cards. So this is Night of Navy, Granny Apple Green, and then I'll forget to put the white insert inside. Well, no one can write on it, and so I'm sitting here scrambling trying to get my oh, that's right. I put my thing on the left. All right, so then we have our last little stamping. So this is a scrap I had printed out and realized I was, oh, that's Starry Sky. I need Night of Navy. And I'm gonna stamp may your greatest wish come true. I'm gonna stamp it right here. And we're gonna use the oval punch, the dual oval punch. I'm gonna need to tear this off in order to reach it. Let's see if it'll work. Yeah, it should. There we go. Nope. I need to tear off a little bit over here too. There's a little bit of black there on the May your greatest wish come true. Punch that out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add some rhinestones to it, which I had, but just before I was about to film, my package fell over. There they are. Okay. I have a little, well, this is my package, my little basket full of supplies for each card I do. I put it all usually in a little basket or a little tray to make sure I have everything I need. I'm gonna add some little real red rhinestones. These are carrying over, but the ribbon is not, but these red basic rhinestones, yeah, red basic jewels. I thought they were holiday, but they're not. The red basic jewels are gonna carry over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some dimensionals right here, and it's a little tricky getting this label on. I found that putting, let me see if it will stay. Yeah, I found that putting my dimensionals just at the top allow it to stay down, because this ruffle tends to push, like this is one's a little awkward. It's a little going up and down, I think because of the way I put my labels on, or my dimensionals on. Okay. Oh, still doing it. So I need to put another dimensional underneath here. I'm just gonna put it, I'm just gonna tuck this dimensional underneath. Okay, it went right underneath the red ribbon. Ah, that's the best way. So this last dimensional that I put down is tucked underneath the red, and instead of on top of the red, because I was having trouble getting it to where it would stay down. Like this one is leaning forward. It's like a little, it's not high enough up. And so I actually am tempted to put a little dimensional here to get it. I'll probably just leave it because I don't want to mess with it and break it. All right, and then we'll put our little ladybug. And then my favorite part is the little trail for my ladybug. And so you can use a variety of different markers, but I love the Stampin' Up! Right markers, the Stampin' Right, they're called Stampin' Right markers. So this one has a little fluff on the end. Oops. Okay. So what you can do is, I actually am taking the felt tip end, the long brush end, and I'm just drawing some lines. Now you can also use the fine tip end, but I live on the wild side, and so I'm actually going to make my little trail. Okay, there we go. So I've got my little trail, my little ladybug trail, and I just thought that was a fun, a fun little addition to such a simple, sweet card. I thought having that little black trail was fun. It just, to me, made my day. I thought it was sweet. All right, well, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope everything is lovely and wonderful, and you know, I'm sure my recovery is going great, and I'll keep you posted. Feel free to order anything you need at Stampin' Up! Or at FabulousStamper.com. I have a new host code now, or I don't have a current host code ready for you guys. So just make sure if you go to FabulousStamper.com and click shop, then it'll go right to me and be saved to me. Remember, this denim ribbon is gone on June 30th. It's actually gone pretty much when supplies run out now, because we're getting so close to the end of the catalog. So I'm probably going to pick up a packet of this ribbon as a backup. And yeah. So, and this paper. I have plenty of the paper, but I need some more of that ribbon. So, all right, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope everything's going great for you guys. Love and kisses, guys. Thanks. Bye.